Hi, you guys. Happy Monday night. I hope you can hear me okay. So if you want to get your video started, I can take a peek and see you guys. If you don't want to have your video playing and you just want to see me, that's okay too. Totally up to you guys. So it's about 7 o'clock. There's a few more people just kind of checking in here. So I'm Quinn, and it's good to see you all. We're going to be doing 60 minutes of yin tonight. You might want to have a cushion or a pillow that's nearby, just handy for anything later on in the practice. And I did send a playlist to those of you who were pre-signed in. I got your number and sent you a playlist if you want to play it on a separate device. So totally up to you. This practice is really great in the quiet or the sounds of your home or the sounds of nature. So it's totally up to you. So let's just get started here. If you haven't turned on your video, go ahead and do that. And I have you guys muted, but I hope you can hear me okay. And so come onto your back, please. And we'll start our first shape, or really just our first grounding all the way on our back. So just melt here, draw your shoulders underneath your body, and maybe your palms are face up, maybe they're face down. And so the purpose of this shape is to just really arrive, to just get here. Nothing to do. Give yourself permission to just give yourself this hour. So take a nice, slow, deep, full breath in. And on your exhale, let go of your day. And one more full breath in. And on your exhale, just giving up any expectations of your practice. So just be right here. Now we're in yin, so let your breath be your normal breathing, your everyday type of breath. Just slow breathing in and out. We're here for just a little bit longer. And now for our very first shape of the night, it's Eye of the Needle. So slide your feet up the mat, your knees will point up, your feet press down, and just take that right ankle, cross it over the top of your left thigh. You might know it as supine pigeon, and let your knee fall away. Now you might have more access than this, and you can interlace your fingers around your left shin or the underneath of your left thigh. So create your shape. And then just stay. No pulling. You're here for 5 minutes. I'll be keeping track of the time for you. And all you do is just stay. Yin is about that stillness, that quiet and calm. And so tonight, as we move through our yin practice, we actually have 7 shapes tonight. This is the first shape, 5 minutes apiece. And so as we're moving through these shapes, I'm going to talk a little bit about kind of the attitudes to take when adopting any mindful practice, whether it's really just a quiet walk on the beach, a seated meditation, a yin practice, even maybe your rigorous yoga practice. So you just hang tight, your eyes closed, noticing the posture, the pose. If you're just joining us, we're in eye of the needle on our backs, right ankle crossed over your left thigh. Just a nice deep hip opener. And once you're in that shape, close your eyes and just stay still as possible. Soft jaw, soft cheeks. You guys have made it to the halfway mark. If you need to adjust, making it a little deeper or maybe easing off a tiny bit. But remember not to activate muscle here, trying to really keep that yin quality in the shape. So these attitudes that we take, and it's called the Attitudinal Foundation for Mindfulness Practice by one of my favorite mindful authors, Jon Kabat-Zinn. And the very first attitude that we can take, and this is it's a doozy, is non-judging. It's really just suspending judgment, leaving our opinion out of it. Letting go of our likes and our dislikes. Just finding that sense of neutral. So right here in this place, as you kind of watch your thoughts come and go, maybe you notice when those judgments pop up. And then maybe you remind yourself to just come back to neutral. And as you stay here in this place of stillness and non-judging, know that you just have 30 seconds left in this shape. So when coming out of shapes in the yin practice, just so slow, slide your legs down the mat. Nice and easy. Just really adopting that slow quality here. And so you're just flat on your back in a place of just a reset right here. And now we'll move on to our next shape. I'm sure you're all familiar with this one. You're just going to slide your feet up the mat. Feet will touch, knees will fall apart for butterfly. So rather than our really active supta in a more powerful yoga class, I want your toes to be soft, your legs to be heavy, eyes closed, butterfly for 5 minutes. And the reason that we keep our eyes closed in a yin practice is really to draw the energy within. It's really closing the curtains of the eyes and allowing ourselves, really it's a gift to go within and just see what we see. So staying as still as possible. We'll talk about that second attitude to take as a foundation of a mindful practice, and it's patience. This one's a tough one for me. Jon Kabat-Zinn says that patience is a form of wisdom. It demonstrates that we understand and accept the fact that sometimes things must unfold in their own time. If you have or adopt patience, you know that the process cannot be hurried. It's so perfect for a yin type of practice because it does require a lot of patience to just be. You guys are doing a great job at being still. And you've made it to the halfway mark here. You always have the option to come into happy baby or stay right as you are. So totally up to you. So right now, do a little mental check-in and just notice where your thoughts are. And have patience with yourself if they wander. If you've drifted off somewhere else. But you also can just notice the wandering mind and try not to get too caught up in its travels. For a lot of us during this time and what's going on in our world, really, we must adopt patience. There's so much that's really out of our control. And there's nothing better than a beautiful yin practice to help us cultivate that. So just patiently be for 30 more seconds. You're almost there. So once again, so slowly slide your legs down the mat. At any time, if you feel like you need a big breath, you take it. Otherwise, your breath is your normal breath in this practice. It's just easy, effortless breath. So we'll move into our third shape now. We did it on the right, and now we'll do that eye of the needle on the left. Sliding your feet back up the mat, and gently crossing your left ankle over the top of that right thigh. The knee falls away. This may be great. There may be more needed. But once you hug in, if you do decide to do that, there's no force, no tightening in the shoulders. You just kind of interlace your fingers around your shin or your thigh. And create the shape and then stay 5 minutes. A lot of deep hips and hamstrings. That's often the theme of a yin practice. So really pay attention here to what you're feeling in that left hip, or maybe your lower back. And then maybe you've been in this pose many, many times before. But see if you can adopt a beginner's mind, which is our third attitude to take in a mindful practice. That beginner's mind. Really just like it's the very first time that you've ever been here. Because really it is. When you begin to cultivate a beginner's mind in your life and in the things that you do in your life, you let go of seeing it from your old experiences. And so in that, there's a new possibility. So maybe you can ease into a deeper place in your practice or a stiller place in your mind. If you come from it in that way of like seeing it in a clear picture, brand new. And you did make it to the halfway mark if you need more, or if you need less, or if you're just right. Do that little mental check-in. Coming from that place of non-judgment, that place of patience. And then that place of the beginner's mind. In this shape, never struggling, but finding your perfect edge. Maybe a place that's new for you. And 30 seconds more to enjoy the shape. Now to come out of this shape, we're going to come onto your back once more. Nice and slow. Take your time. Letting everything reset right here. Everything redistribute. Sending all that fresh oxygenated blood to the parts that were getting stretched. And now gently roll onto your side to press yourself up. We're actually going to come onto our hands and knees to get into the next shape. And here's where you might want a cushion or a bolster nearby. Now you may not need it, but you might want it. We're moving into a lizard shape. So on your hands and your knees, just kind of scooting this right foot forward. Lizard lunge. And so keeping that back leg dropped. And here's where a pillow might come in handy for your head. And seeing wherever you can go here. It's probably our most intense one of the evening. So no, I won't leave you hanging in your lizard. But you are here 5 minutes. So you've already been in a little bit, so about 4.5 minutes left. So coming into lizard, if you can have your head propped on a pillow, great. If not, you do just kind of let it droop. So definitely one of our more intense yin shapes. A lot can show up very quickly. And just find that sense of patience. Really nice, you guys. Great stillness. And just have trust that even if there's a lot of inner struggles showing up, maybe not, that you're right where you need to be right now. We're in our fourth shape, and our fourth attitude is trust. As your mind starts to get a little bit more quiet as the time progresses, at least for me, it's easier to tap into my deep inner listening. And that really is that trust. If you are quiet and listen deeply, you will know. You'll know if you can go further or if you need to back off a little or adjust your position. And you're a little bit past the halfway mark. You're doing awesome. John Kabat-Zinn says that trust is us practicing taking responsibility for being ourselves and learning to listen to and trust our own being. And I think that's really beautiful. I know that when I'm tapped into center and quiet and giving myself these mindful times throughout my day, I can definitely trust myself, and my intuition and decisions. So stay in that place of trust for just 30 seconds more. Now coming out of this one, instead of coming onto your back, you'll just kind of lean forward to shimmy your legs out from underneath you and come onto your belly. Taking this really slow. And once you come onto your belly, just finding your favorite cheek. Noticing how you feel here in this prone position. And then gently turn your head the other direction. Of course, we never want to do yin for the neck. So we even out both sides. And now bring your head back to center and reach your hands in front of you. The next shape we're coming into. It's usually a crowd pleaser. I like knees wide, but I want you guys to take it how you want. Child's pose. Lean your hips back and your arms forward. And you have the option of your forehead flat on the ground, or you can turn your head to one side and then turn it to the other side during the halfway mark. So just finding your way into your child's pose. And then noticing what you hear, whether you decided to have music tonight, whether you decided to have quiet, or maybe hearing or listening to whatever sounds might be in your environment. And just letting those sounds be there. And as you're here, tapping into hearing in the present moment, cultivate a sense of non-striving. That's our next attitude to take. As a foundation for a really long-lasting lifetime, really, mindful practice. You're just here. I know I've had meditative practices where I've had visualizations or drifted off or found just a serene state. But it's not always that way. So it's easy to want to strive for something, some perceived ideal or an experience that you may have had already. But let go of that. And just let it be as it is. You here, right now. And you have made it a little bit past the halfway mark. If you turn your head, you can turn it the other direction. Shift your position if you need to. Maybe you can sink just a little deeper here. It's almost as if you encourage your hips back rather than press them back. It's so nice that in yin, it's after that halfway mark that we transfer that stretch from the muscle and into our other target areas, the deeper connective tissue. And that's why we want those 4 to 5 minute holds. They can even be longer. And just 30 seconds left in child's pose. And once again, to come out, you'll just come gently onto your belly, just like you did before. So slow. Find a cheek, hang out. And find that other cheek. And then moving into our next shape, which is our lizard on our left side. So again, grabbing a cushion if you need that. Drawing your foot up outside of that left hand, the right knee down on the ground. Really having a sense of, I'm not judging your sides here. One side is going to feel different than the other. Maybe coming onto your elbows, but trying to let yourself sink in the best that you can. For 5 whole minutes. If you need to shift a bit at first, just find that spot that's right for you. And if some struggle shows up, if some resistance shows up, just accept that. That is just what's happening. And that is our next mindful practice is acceptance. Just simply see things as they are right now. And John Kabat-Zinn says that when we intentionally cultivate acceptance, we're creating the preconditions for healing. And really, it takes a lot of stress off of us, doesn't it? When we just accept where we are, whatever that looks like in the moment. Instead of wishing we were somewhere else. So you're doing a really, really great job. And just stay. 2.5 minutes left. You're at the halfway mark. If you need more, take more. If you need less, right? It's like tapping into that trust. If you need less, it's okay. And so acceptance doesn't mean that we're passive or maybe even satisfied with our situation, or maybe what's going on in our mind or even our hip. But we're just willing to actually see things as they are. It's that clear picture again. Check in, take a deep breath when you need. Maybe sink in a little bit more. And 30 seconds left here. Really, really, really nice, you guys. To come out of this, just find your way on your back once more. Nice and easy. In the sake of giving you a nice Shavasana, we're going to be moving into our Shavasana after a few breaths here. So come onto your back. And so I don't cheat you on that last attitude to take, and it's one that you hear a lot in yoga practice, and it's let go. Letting go. And so I want you to take a nice, slow, full breath in. And on the exhale, like anything left over, anything unneeded and unnecessary, let it go. We have the ability to detach from angst and struggle and all of that. So one more full breath in. Exhale, let go. Get yourself nice and comfortable, just setting up for your final rest. Let your feet go, your ankles soften, your knees, your thighs, your pelvis, hips and glutes, just everything melts. Your lower back, maybe you feel the slight lift from the floor. Feel your back connect to the mat, your chest and front side body melts into your back side body. Your arms, forearms, fingers, and hands, just relax. Your neck and your throat, let them soften. Your jaw and your cheeks, your lips, your nose, your eyes, your brow, your forehead, your whole body just softening and really knowing that this state of ease, this state of contentment and relaxation is the foundation of healing, is wholeness. And just rest. Shavasana. Begin to deepen your breathing. Really just becoming more aware of your breath. Waking yourself up with lots of tenderness, your fingers, and then your toes, wrists, and ankles. Maybe a stretch if you want. And then gently roll yourself onto your right hand side. Moving in fetal pose. Use your right arm as a pillow for your head. And just notice how you feel in this moment. And then cultivate a sense of gratitude for just giving yourself this time for you. Needed and well-deserved. And then press yourself gently up onto your feet with your eyes still closed. Get nice and grounded in your seat, lifting high through the crown of your head. Bring your hands together and plug them in towards your heart center. And we'll feel our yoga practice to the sound of one Om tonight. Take a big breath in. Om. Bring your thumb knuckles up towards your forehead center. And thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. Let's bow together. Namaste. Yay, you guys. Thank you so much for showing up and getting on your mat. I hope you enjoyed mindful practice tonight and a little bit of information about, or a little bit of guidance about Jon Kabat-Zinn, if you're not familiar with him already. I did want to mention a workshop that's coming up. If you're someone that's new to power yoga, I don't know all of you, but, or if you know somebody that's new to power yoga, what a great way to do power yoga on your patio or in your home. And it's the Intro to Yoga Power Series. It's Wednesday nights and it's Friday nights from 7 to 8:30. And we really break down everything in the Baptiste Power flow. So just everything from Child's Pose all the way to Shavasana and all the 53 poses in between, and really just breaks down alignment. Leah's going to be leading that. And it's $79. So if you're interested, let us know, sign up. And it runs for April 22nd to May the 15th. So if you have any interest in that, let us know. We're here for you. I hope you guys had a good practice and feel nice and relaxed. Bye-bye. Have a great night. Thanks, you guys.
Bye, Quinn. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Hi, Chelsea. Bye.